Over 200 environmental groups demand end to US data centers, citing climate hypocrisy. When server farms guzzle more energy than small countries, it's like feeding a sugar addiction with a diet soda.
OpenAI names deepfake feature Cameo, then claims originality.
Social media fuels demand for unapproved peptides in Australia, then labels it a wellness revolution. When your health regimen involves needles and hashtags, it's less a lifestyle choice and more like a science experiment gone viral.
Only 30% of wine enthusiasts appreciate cherry in the wine, and Dongu the rat calls it a masterpiece. When a rodent's opinion elevates a beverage, it's time to question whether the palate's gone rogue or if we're just thirsty for novelty.
Guns N' Roses spend decades singing about civil war, then act surprised when the world catches up with their dystopian ballads. When rock legends become prophets, it's a sign that the world needs less reality and more electric guitar solos to drown out the madness.
Reddit user drops first EP, begs for feedback, but even their mom only clicked like out of pity. In a world where everyone's a star, it's a miracle anyone hears you over the white noise of "Listen to my mixtape."
Chatbots churn out facts and falsehoods to influence voters, then claim it's just an algorithmic accident. When your political compass is set by a chatbot, expect it to spin you in circles until you're dizzy enough to vote for chaos.
Florida officers saved dog from burning house, but the governor still can't rescue his reputation. In the Sunshine State, it seems a dog gets more love than its human counterparts, unless, of course, they're running for president.
AI and crypto czar writes laws favoring link share, then claims it's for the public good. When the fox guards the chicken coop, you can expect feathers to fly and the hens to pay the rent.
EU Defence Chief demands independence from Washington, then drafts peace plan with invisible ink. Because nothing says European unity like a plan so secret even the EU can't find it. Peace on paper, war in whispers.
Netflix buys Warner Brothers Discovery for $30 a share, securing a $5 billion breakup fee. When entertainment giants play Monopoly, the rest of us get to watch our favorite shows auctioned off like clearance bin DVDs.
Apparently, accountability flies stand by while passengers are left frozen in time, stranded in the snow with nothing but a complimentary bag of pretzels.
YouTube witnesses Diesel's quality or legacy, claims is the anthem of 2025.
Bolsonaro's son announces 2026 presidential run, proving dynasties never die. When political ambition is hereditary. You wonder if Brazil's next election will be more like a family reunion with extra ballots.
Russia launches 241 drones and 5 missiles, kills 2 civilians in Ukraine. When your definition of peacekeeping involves raining down drones like a biblical plague, it's high time to check your moral compass and maybe your map.
Kremlin recruits replacements for fallen troops, yet faces dwindling enthusiasm. When your recruitment strategy hinges on convincing folks that cannon fodder is a career path, maybe it's time to rethink the whole glory of the motherland pitch.
Apparently, the UK thinks your tweets and TikToks are the true measure of artistic merit. Who knew a viral cat video could make or break a musician's career?
When tech giants start upgrading codecs like changing socks, it's a reminder that your buffering walls are just a coin toss away.
Turns out ancient Egypt's history might be more explosive than we thought, thanks to a volcano that played the ultimate game of hide and seek with historians for centuries.
ECB predicts minor drop in prices, insists it's economic sorcery. When the financial wizards start betting on deflation, it's like cheering for a punch you won't feel until it's too late.
Fox News host endorses boat strike, calling it public service. Apparently, when Hegseth says, "Your wish is our command," he's talking about turning maritime mishaps into primetime spectacles. Who knew chaos could be so accommodating?
JP Morgan strategist praises AI opportunities despite market froth. In the world of finance, apparently, froth is just another word for potential. Who knew bubbles could be so lucrative? Just don't pop them too soon, Satire.
Only 10% of trap tracks stay instrumental, and Bandit calls it innovation.
Miriam Kabas posted a bullfight-type video on Instagram. Turns out, the new wave of matadors is more about the gram than the gore. When the cape drops, it's all about the likes, not the lances. Ole.
Supreme Court backs Texas redistricting, giving Republicans a gerrymandered head start for 2026. When democracy's map looks more like a jigsaw puzzle, you know the game's rigged and the pieces are all red.
Monica Wells expends over $8,000 for AFL weekends. Calls it family time. Apparently, the key to political family bonding is a taxpayer-funded trip to Melbourne's holy grail of sports. Who knew?
Arctic ice melts faster than a popsicle in hell, turning the North into a treacherous game of dodge the iceberg. When even polar bears need life rafts, maybe it's time to admit climate change isn't just a bad dream, it's the nightmare we're living.
Democratic Party splits over Minnesota Senate race, calls it unity. Who knew the land of 10,000 lakes would be the perfect backdrop for Democrats to practice synchronized backstabbing?
Looks like the war on drugs is less about surprise attacks and more about playing Guess Who with a cheat sheet.
Former Canadian security chief claims China sends spies to Western universities seeking technical knowledge like it's the ultimate cheat sheet.
India pays women for housework, claiming $16 a month will revolutionize gender equality. Because nothing says we value you quite like a paycheck that barely covers the cost of a decent meal, let alone a revolution.
The algorithm releases endless iteration in 2025, a metal dubrum and bass fusion that redefines cacophony. Like a caffeinated octopus on a drum set, this track thrashes between genres, proving chaos can be a musical genre too.
Trump pardons Honduran drug lord, defying his own war on narcotics and baffling everyday Americans. When the kingpin walks free, the only thing more confusing than the pardon is the president's selective memory about his own policies.
Russian recruiters offer Kenyan jobs, then send them to war with a soldier's paycheck and a bodyguard's promise. When a dream job turns into a nightmare draft, even the rubles can't buy back the sons lost to a foreign battlefield.
When your job description includes wiretapping world leaders, it's less James Bond, more Bond villain job security.
In a league where defense is an afterthought, Boyd's arrival is less a strategic move and more of a nod to the soccer god's sense of humor.
Billboard names 30 best new Christmas songs. But who really needs more jingles when Mariah's royalties could fund a small nation? It's the season of giving, but all we get is another playlist of recycled sleigh bells and commercial cheer.
Paramount launches $108.4 billion hostile bid for Warner Brothers Discovery, calls it synergy. When entertainment titans play Monopoly with billions, the real drama unfolds behind boardroom doors, not on our screens.
Oscar winner Sean Baker admits needing side gigs to fund indie films, despite Hollywood's billion-dollar blockbusters. When even Oscar winners moonlight like gig economy warriors, it's clear the indie dream is more pipe than pipeline.
Throwing cash at farmers like confetti while ignoring the climate crisis is like handing out umbrellas in a hurricane. Good luck staying dry.
Only 5% of new artists break through, and Spotify calls it progress. When every indie band is a needle in a haystack of algorithms, it's no wonder musicians are swapping more listens than a teenage diary swap meet.
Even in 63 BCE, politicians had to deal with conspiracy theories and Senate drama. Some things never change, just the togas.
Trump administration endorses new security strategy, then aligns with Russia's vision. Turns out, when you play chess with Putin, you might just hand him the board and call it a strategic partnership.
Israel fortifies yellow line, claims it's for peace. When your security strategy looks more like an eternal war plan, it's hard to tell if they're building a fortress or just a very expensive monument to never-ending conflict.
Only 30% of YouTube parodies make sense, and Mad TV's latest calls it genius. When your satire starts sounding like the original, it's either a perfect mirror or a broken record.
Trump unveils $12 billion farm aid package, blames unjustified trade actions he initiated. It's like setting fire to a barn, then offering a garden hose as a hero's gift.
Canada adds 54,000 jobs, calls it economic magic. But hey, when the unemployment rate drops faster than a politician's promises, you have to wonder if it's all smoke and mirrors or just maple-flavored luck.
YouTube deletes journalist's account after Palestine report, brands him an Iranian agent without evidence. In the land of tech giants, truth is a liability and the algorithm is judge, jury, and executioner.
Trump hosts Kennedy Center honors for Stallone, Kiss, and Gaynor, then claims he taught them everything they know, because nothing says artistic achievement like being celebrated by a man who thinks acting is what you do when you pretend the Constitution is a suggestion.
Thailand launches airstrikes on Cambodia, calls it border management. Because nothing spells good neighbor like a few bombs, ensuring peace through the timeless tradition of explosive diplomacy.